Katata Tiago Bakali Gabadon 4-star safety rating. Nya Taka Tiago, Bachangan Galikawan Jongpi, Nya Taka Tiago, Nakabanta Jinshangan Kalongi Jongpi, One Chaka Frank Motors Halat Korban Test Drive Menta.
The all-new Tiago. It's seriously fun.
Umentri rong ba Jylla Conrad ke sangma ong ba Jumpstart Information and Technology na IT kan Pynkylla dor ya ka Khaïi ke Pateng ha sngi ki banwan ha ka Pyrthei shitelup kuntup ha ka ne ke jylla ha bakran ha ka jingpli ya ka jingelang rakhe dap nyop san snem katrat science ha Shillong College ha ka si palai Conrad ong bana ka menta ka bakraw tam menta ka long ka jingyai bat ka roi ka par ka bakinti wi ka imlang salang bat ka mariang Katkum kejong Conrad kaladon kejing snow hagi por ki balalet baka Khaïi ke Pateng bat ka mareng kimla banya lang Henry ka jingshisha ka long ba hagani ka jok ka bamenta ka Pyrthei ka ya da ka jingeda ya ka mareng ki kamru lapenmi haga jo ka sur Shibun ki jingsham bot thamai ki bami hakini ki artli ki benta ba kenthop ya ka Khaïi Pateng ban kentiu ya ki imlang ka salang bar ka mariang rengkat ka jing penne bat yada ya ki aka ki bakir sawdong ulaong ba ka science ka de gawai ka ba kongsan pha hakini ki artli ki benta bat ulaong ru ba ka Jylla Meghalaya kan saklashan kum ka wai na ki slem jong ka IT hakini ki sngi ki banwan bat kan long ka jaka Pateng ne jong ki business process outsourcing ne ka BPO tang menta ki don kumar lai hajar tali ki jaka ha ka BPO ha ka IT park ha ka Jylla ki bala pendap bat boro ki ne ki day na Europe United States bat na ka ri badang ki ha ka yo ka kot boro ki kam ha ka Pyrthei la penya na ka Jylla Meghalaya bat na nong ba Shillong ula pentep rugi company ki don ki bakwa ban wan chini bat ka wai ka day na Dubai ka ba la yo soy ya ka jingete ban bo hado ars patli ki jaka hagani ki Jylla ulong baka sorkar kalasna san hajar tli ki jaka ka IT park hagaba ka kala ka meningkong kan dan ko ba pra hajar tli hagani ki sisnem bar ka thong kan long ban chna laipo hajar tli ki jaka hagatnat IT ban kring ya ga jingbei pisa na shabar.
And also at the very outset, I would like to congratulate all the students, the faculty, the principal and the managing committee for achieving an A+ accreditation in the NAC. So many, many congratulations to all of you. So these two sectors, of course from many, many other sectors, but I'd like to just touch on these two sectors. A lot of things are going to happen and a lot of innovation is going to take place. And that is the reason why science is going to be even more and more critical as we move forward, because obviously we understand that in both these subjects, science is going to play a very, very major role. To come closer to home, if you look at the IT sector, I just want to share with you just a small part of the IT sector. Number one, we are slowly and steadily moving towards becoming a BPO destination. At least in the region we are one of the highest, and in the coming years, hopefully even nationally, we will be there at the map in terms of the IT sector as one of the big locations that are there. And the reason I'm telling you this is because last 3 years back, we had completed our first IT park, and close to about 2,000 plus, almost 3,000 seats were there, and they're all occupied, all of them. And all these processes are from Europe, from US, and all from developing nations. So hardly we have any process that runs like a national process. All international processes running from our state and from Shillong city. And the best part is that we are seeing that there are many more companies who wish to come. As I speak to you, there is a Dubai-based company which already signed an agreement to set up a 200-seater center out here. We could not give them space, so we could only give about 30 seats. So that's the kind of growth that is taking place in the IT sector in Meghalaya as we speak. And as we speak, we are also constructing the next phase of the IT park, which is a 5,000-seater. So we have about close to 8,000 seater in the next 1 year. And my target is to see that we can touch about 30,000 seats in the IT sector by getting investments from outside and be able to really, we take advantage of the situation. Now, why I'm telling you this? Obviously because there is an opportunity. Now, while we are doing the IT sector and the BPO sector, we're doing certain processes. There is a scope for us to now go up and start doing things that are more technical in nature. How can we ensure that the BPO sector, which is really moving fast in our state today, can go to the next level of technology implementation and not just be a BPO provider, but be a technology provider in the long run, a knowledge provider in the long run. I think it is important that institutes like Shillong College, NEHU, and the students who are here today start thinking in that line. It is happening, and you have the time now to think about it and to move forward. We are under the process of putting up one of the largest data centers in the region. So the process is on. We have received funds. We will be starting the process very soon. So a huge data center, as you know, everything is about digital economy today. And the data centers are one of the important key backbones for it. So you're going to have huge data center where our data will be kept out here, and our weather is actually very good for maintaining the data centers because there are servers which get very hot and all these things. We require manpower to maintain these data centers. We require people to be able to use these data centers in a very big manner. How can the institutes play an important role in developing the necessary manpower or innovating in a way that we can get advantage of it? The submarine cables have now landed in Shillong. These submarine cables are now under the process where they will be taken to Guwahati. And the route that they are proposing is going to be via Shillong. And hence they need a right of way. So there is a high probability that very soon, in collaboration with Government of India and Government of Bangladesh and Government of Assam and Government of Meghalaya together, will be able to get the submarine cables landing right here in Shillong. Now, I don't know how many of you are IT related and understand the meaning of that. That once we have submarine cables out here, the cost of data transportation or sending data and receiving data is cut by 1/10, which means that the rate at which we will be able to provide services at the grassroots level is going to be much more economical. That opens up again a huge opportunity for the people, and the speeds, of course, are going to be unimaginable. Now, why I'm telling you this, that this is what's happening just in one sector, which is the IT sector. And this is happening as I speak. So I expect that in about a year's time, we should be, most probably 50% of the work will be complete in all the things that is shared with you, because this is something that I have reviewed in the last 3 months, and we're very, very keen to take this forward. So that's just one area, one sector of IT. And the reason I'm giving you this information is so that you can start thinking, knowing that the economy is going to move in that direction. What can you do as an individual? What can Shillong College do as an institute? And what can NEHU do as a university and an institute to be able to create, innovate, and be able to take advantage of this economy that is definitely coming up in the next 3 to 5 years' time. You'll see the shape coming up very, very soon. And last but not the least, what Shukla ji has just mentioned about the new education policy, it is absolutely necessary. With the kind of human resource that we have in our country today, we have a large chunk of our population which is of the young generation. And hence today we need to see and realize that the education we provide is not a linear education. It's not an education that is only on one track, and it should not become mechanical. The whole world, the education system is multidisciplinary. They make you not work on the formula or memorizing the formula, but they make you work on how to utilize that formula, which is what is important to resolve a problem. That is really the purpose. Purpose is not to make you memorize a formula, but to help find a solution and apply the formula to real life problems. And I hope that Shillong College will lead the way. I know there are a lot of challenges. I know it's not simple. It requires a lot of effort. It requires a lot of financial support. It requires a lot of manpower support. It requires infrastructure to be created. And hence, it will be a transition that is going to be quite challenging. I appreciate that. And that's the reason why Shuklaji, myself, and Education Minister have been very regularly discussing and figuring out how we can support and adjust to make sure that the transition becomes easier for the colleges. And we will be there to support in every possible way. It's not possible for us to do everything, but since this is a goal that we all have to achieve together, we will be there to support in every possible way. But the main onus will be on the colleges to ensure that they are able to really take this forward with a commitment. As I said, the idea is to be able to create a human resource in the coming days, manpower in the coming days, where India's youth is, as we all know, is a very, very strong force in the coming days.